was a very manual transition. Yeah, and when you have to do that, I have to wait. Yeah, I don't know why Stream Deck's not working. I mean, I did take an update earlier this week and it's obviously not working. Um, so that's lovely. But hi everybody, I'm Shirley aka Funny Godmother. And I'm Sprinkles, the best thing about this channel. So glad we got that out of the way. Yeah. Um, are there more? Is it just me or are there more of them? Yes, there are. Mama the Gamer sent one of these and he came this morning. Boop. Is he not the most precious? Yeah, technology is, in fact, one of the worst things. Are there any Mimikyus? No, there are not any Mimikyus. I don't have I don't have any. I have Mimikyu stickers on my work laptop, for business reasons, but I don't have any like Mimikyu plushies yet. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I have Ditto as Pikachu, but I don't have a Mimikyu yet. Yes, yeah. I have to deal with all of that. And would you stop enabling her? It's not. I mean, they could say nothing about Pokemon and it would still keep happening, Sprinkles. We're past the point of no return. Yeah. Oh, are you complimenting my hair mystery? Thank you. She might be complimenting mine. I'm gonna go with mine. Yeah. Thank you. Um, but thank you, mystery. Yeah. Krillin says Krillin feels personally slighted by the lack of Mimikyus. We'll look for one. We'll look for one. Yes. Yes, Jam Plastic. Because I sent myself one of these, but then I sent it to the other place, to the other place I live, and I was like, but now there's not going to be one in my in here in this and Jam. So this is the first Christmas present. Is or probably more accurately birthday present because birthday comes before Christmas. And he is, and this one has like the like crazy scientifically soft ridiculousness. um very good. Very good boy. Yes. So you get to enjoy that. You might be looking at me this whole time, you might be looking at him, I don't care. Yeah, or well, really you're looking at me. I mean, let's be honest about things. Let's be honest. Vasco says pass the event Horizon. uh, I mean, yes, but also, do you see what I have to deal with? Do you see? Yeah, so this might be our last stream from whatever this is, wherever this is, right? This was our landing place. This is where it was our transition. It was our stopping point. It helped us get our financial situation under control, living in two places, and let me look for something that was better. But, after like a solid 4 months of sewer construction or something, I'm done with that, with all of that. The power went out randomly this week and nobody wants to take credit for it. And I'm pretty sure it was the sewer people and just they didn't want to take credit for it. Yeah, I mean, it it doesn't I mean, it's like there's a bunch of construction equipment and it's a few feet from your door and the power goes out and they're like, "Wasn't us." And it literally says warning power lines. I mean, who are we fooling here? Yeah. So, uh but I'm next week I'm going to be on book tour. And so I might be streaming from here, but that's if everything goes well travel-wise. And I can't guarantee that, right? Because nobody is working because the United States is shut down for like ever. We don't close for business. Do not come here. Do not do any of the things. Yes. So, I mean, a lot of things have to happen for you to go to the book tour. I have a flight tonight, but it's like last out the door. So there's time for the system to work through whatever it's going through. Right. So I'm hoping that will be fine. But my return is like middle of the day, has a layover, not the best situation. So, what happens if you don't get a flight back? Well, first of all, we've things have been a little haunted for a while, right? Like my lights last week just turning themselves on and off. Well, not just last week; they've been doing that for a while. But uh, it felt like a warning shot across the bow that the event I had booked for Monday moved itself to next year. Not this Monday, next Monday, the Monday after I'm supposed to travel back. It's like, well, I mean, there's delays and then there's delays. Yeah, that's a lot. Wow. Okay. Just wow, just bloof. And I was like, oh well, that's a shame. I wanted to do my event in Seattle. And then and then my husband, who I don't think is in chat yet, was like, well, I could just drive because so it's very complicated. Okay, it's very complicated, right? I live in a different state. But if I want to register my car here, I have to like change my residency. But I own a house there. I have a mortgage there. It makes more sense for me to maintain my residency there. But that means I can't register my car here, which means we have to keep like rotating the cars, which is it's a lot. Like people who live in other countries, like it's the nonsense of the states, it's a lot. So yeah, right, Vasco, I don't want to retitle my cars for like a third time in like a year. So no, we're not doing that. So my car is up for inspection, and so she has to go back home. And so my husband has to drive the other one out to me. And he's like, well, I could drive it out from Pittsburgh and then I could just meet you right before you move and help. And I'm like, oh, that sounds really great, actually. It would be great to have you here helping. And then like my in-laws are gonna help, and then like my best friends out here are gonna help, and it's like really great and maybe not bad at all. And then I got this ping and I'm like, am I gonna have to drive over with him? You might. I mean, will flights even exist by the 9th? Who knows? I don't know. So will I be streaming a week from today, or will I be somewhere halfway across the country on a road trip? Who can say? Who can say? You burned root seed yesterday. Too many compliments on the Halloween costume. Your old world programming has warding off evil eye, sending protection. You're right too. We should talk more. We want to learn more about your ways. That sounds like you have things and knowledge and stuff. Thank you, Mystery. Really appreciate that. I probably need I need to throw up some new words. Lord knows I will need to do some wording on the new place. Wording on the new place. I was talking to someone else who was giving me advice on how to like channel extra energy out so it doesn't go into my new unit, so I don't turn off all the lights all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, mhm, mhm. They obviously know me. They're like, yeah, maybe because not only did so new place, I got, they're great, like they have an app, right? And so like and a little list for onboarding and stuff. I've never had an apartment in the after time since the like when I had leases, it was either private, it was private, it was like before times it was all paper stuff. It was like, and so this thing, like having like an app for that it's wild, right? It is wild. Like it's nice. Um, but then that was in time for them to let me know that the west elevator died, the pool died, and then the east elevator, which is in my building, died. Now there's 2 elevators in each building, so there is redundancy, and the importance of the redundancy was immediately demonstrated. Now, the ping I got on that was, well, at least this building knows how to deal with that kind of chaos, because they've already fixed the east elevator. The west elevator is well and truly borked. And they've already fixed the pool, and they were very apologetic about it and got everybody donuts. They apologized? Yes, they did. Wasn't the elevator in your LA apartment broken for like 4 months? Yes. And weren't you on the 4th floor? Yes. And they just didn't, yeah. But I mean, also it was a condo association HOA, which is different than a leasing. Honestly, I feel like the tides have changed. Like the way things are right now, like, and I own property. I'm like leasing isn't so bad anymore. Like, let someone else deal with the bad things like the elevators and stuff. Like, I don't want to be in the business of dealing with the broken elevator. And what qualifies someone who bought a random condo to deal with the broken elevator? The people who are in the business of doing that do it, right? Best of all apologies come with acknowledgement and change behavior. They were like, "We're so sorry. We know," and like the best apologies come with acknowledgement of impact, right? And they're like, "We know this is a lot. We know like it sucks that all these things are happening at the same time." And they explain like, "Well, this one was kind of a routine part. This other one is like super back ordered." Yeah, and so at least they know how to deal with things that go wrong. Because look, I'm not. Things go wrong. I understand that. I've lived with like unexpected sewer trench outside my home for 4 months. But the thing is that they don't deal like they have not been dealing with it well. They give us no advance notice. They knock out our power. They pushed sewage into the other building. So it's do you handle the chaos badly or well? So I'm hopeful that this place seems to understand that life is chaos and they know how to deal with it. Yeah, but apparently my machine is chaos today and can't run Stream Deck, which is very disappointing. But maybe that's just the time that we need to go nuclear on the whole thing and disassemble it and put it back together. It's an anticlimactic thing packing this condo because most of it I don't own. Oons, oons, oons. Thank you for the
Hi,
subscription.
Cheryl and Sprinkles. 83 months of chaos and wonder.
83 months of chaos and wonder. Sounds like a an amusement park like advertisement like 83 months of chaos and wonder this summer at Dorney Park. That's a weird thing. So Pokeween was this week, right? So the my employer's Halloween celebration, which was employees only this year because we have too many employees and we haven't moved to our new offices and there wasn't any room for kids. So it was just adults celebrating Pokemon Halloween, which we don't have time to unpack. But, and I was sitting getting my caricature done, as you do at work, and I was talking to the guy, and I don't remember how it came up that I was living in different states or something. He's like, "Are you familiar with," oh, and like he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Ohio." I was like, "Oh yeah, I went to school in Pittsburgh." And he's like, "Oh, you familiar with Dorney Park?" I'm like, "Am I? I used to go there all the time because I worked at Sesame Place and we used to get free admission." He's like, "Oh, I used to do caricatures at Dorney Park and Hershey Park." I'm like, "So okay. So you were dressed as Princess Buttercup sitting in a high-rise tower in Seattle getting your caricature done by a guy who had also worked at Pennsylvania theme parks?" Yes. Okay. That tracks. Yep. Yeah, it does. Does track. Does track. While Strong Bad stood in line. Like a full-on Strong Bad costume. Which made me very happy. Because I very much like Strong Bad and Homestar Runner. And so it's like, this is my good. This is good. Of course, I was like very much on the line to go to a meeting that for my team. Like, but my boss was also there. It was fine. Um, and yeah, I posted it to Instagram, Keen. And what I haven't posted yet, but I might post is there's a photo of there was also a balloon artist, animal artist, and he got a cheat. He got a cheat balloon animal. I asked if he could take I could take his picture, and he said yes, but I'd have to give him $1 million, and I said I would leave it next to the tire. That is the appropriate exchange. Yeah. You didn't explain how you put a Strong Bad reference into The Sims. Yeah, I didn't. Like it's a bit much. There's a lot of people. There's a lot. I was going to a meeting. It's a lot. It's a lot. But maybe someday if I figure out who that individual is, which I can because on Slack. But that's also weird. Like, hey, I really liked your Strong Bad costume. I'm also a super. But anyway, I'm just glad other people are keeping the dream alive. That's is yeah the cheat. And it's funny because I thought about the cheat a lot driving up from the Shasta Mountains back home after my little my doctor's appointment situation, because the last time I had driven up from the Shasta Mountains, I had a kick the cheat doll in the car that would not shut up because it was a bumpy ride. Yeah. So it just kept going meh, 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 in the middle of the night. You really don't have very many normal memories, do you? No, I do not. Anyway, so that's were there any Pokemon costumes at Pokeween or mostly non-Pokemon ones? Well, I posted a couple of pictures of those too. There was a full like 5-person Gyarados costume where they all like did different heads of the Stink Smasher 20 XD6. That was me. I did that. I did that. Um that is a thing I did in my internship. Yes. Uh I did. Yeah. I did that. But to answer your question, there was like a Gyarados, and I had posted this to my stories. I posted the Gyarados to my stories uh in TikTok. And yeah, 5-person costume, all different pieces, like paper mache. And then there were also the business Starmie. Yes, the mega business Starmie. There's a collection of mega Starmie with business briefcases. And there were others, right? There were plenty of other Pokemon costumes, but those were my 2 favorites, the ones that gave me the most joy. Like the business Starmies all coming in, that was a lot. Hi, hello, it's a trap. Hello, Corbin Flagger. Hello, hello. And the funny thing is the company only ever takes 1 company photo a year, and it's during Pokeween, and so that's funny. It's just like, next year I'll try to do more, like, I'll pick a trainer or something and do that, but I did just, I was shipping a book this year. There was not time for that. No, I don't remember any Metapods, no. Um it's at the and were there any Pikachus? You know what was weird was so I forgot to put like eye makeup on because I was busy doing like book tour things, and so I felt naked. And so I went downstairs to see if the Nordstrom was open yet. It was not. So I went to go get coffee, and I there was a Bulbasaur on the coffee cash register. Of course. Now, mind you, we are outside. I am on almost at the top of this very, very tall high-rise building, and so I'm on the 2nd floor food court, and but like, it's not normal that there's a Bulbasaur on the cash register, but I'm like, "Okay, whatever," and I get my coffee, and I'm standing there, and I don't it didn't occur to me until, like, I had been waiting there for a minute or 2 that the person making my coffee was Misty, like Ash is Misty, like, she's in costume, and she's, like, got the red sprayed her hair that color, and she's got the suspenders and the yellow shirt, and she's put a little Pikachu on her suspender. It's Pikachu. Interesting choice for Misty, but I'm just like, um, it's just, yeah, just like a normal day. Like, oh, of course, Misty is going to give me my coffee. And then the president of the Pokemon Company International showed up. It's like, it's a very Pokemon morning, isn't it? And mind you, I'm just processing all of these things, as my normal morning. Everyone else has to deal with the fact that I am Princess Buttercup waiting for her coffee, which has nothing to do with Pokemon and is but is whatever it is, right? It's just whatever it is. It's true. Pikachu even, you told me that Pikachu had his own language and had a word for Misty. Yeah, so Pikachu has a word for Misty. It's Pikachu P. You can listen to the first season and you can hear like if there's an episode where like Misty is missing and they're looking for her, he will be like Pikachu Pea, as opposed to Pika Pea, which is Ash. Um, you know, have I watched the Indigo League a lot? I have. I have watched it a lot. Yes, mystery as you wish. Yeah, so it should have been Togepi, yes. Uh, but Togepi does it's hard to I could see how it would be hard to get like a shoulder friend Togepi. And it's also just like there's not a lot of Togepi dolls to get. So I could see uh, you know, before it tracks Vasco da Gamer, but for those who are new here, Vasco da Gamer is my brother, and I dedicated my book on game development, the game development strategy guide, to him. This one here, because he exposed me to Pokemon, and then fast forward 3 decades later, I'm the creative director of the game studio, the Pokemon Company International, which does not sponsor the stream. I'm just an independent person having an independent Sunday of gaming, but it tracks that both of us independently watched the anime and were like, secret language of Pikachu? Yes. Yeah, that's what we have to deal with. It's just been this way forever. Yeah. Also interesting, and I made a TikTok about this. By the way, I'm making TikToks again as the thing, and you should come and hang out. But Keen, good eye. Keen asked, "Is that a new holiday Pikachu sitting above me?" How new is this? It arrived at 9:45 AM. So new that I had to, like, delay the stream ever so slightly to go pick it up from the mailroom and unpack him and figure out how he was going to fit on the but was he worth it? Yes, because look at his face. The camera even can't process him. He's so precious. It's funny. I get the thing. I was like, I'm not gonna put very many Pikas on here because, like, I don't know, maybe people will get confused. I'm like, I can't hide my truth. I will just tell people the stream is not sponsored by the Pokemon Company. I'm not going to hide my truth because I don't have very many other things, and there are too many other things, too many Pikachus to show. And people will see these because they're like, "I thought you had a big Pikachu collection." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I have them in three locations now. There's my office, and then there's here, and then there's also another state." So and everybody is welcoming your mom, Mama the Gamer, Jan Platts. So now we have the whole family in the Twitch chat. Ta-da! Yes, it is. And she's the one that bought the Pikachu and increased the number of Pikachus staring into my soul. Yes, she did. She did. It was very so thank you. Got here safe. Uh I am annoyed. I am annoyed that just it's like it's a sweet gesture, right? I just, you know, time it better. Like, right? No respect. No respect. Sundays are my day. What about all day yesterday? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think your neighbors notice that on Sundays there's yelling? I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. Look at his little hands. Yeah. Has his little star. This is good. He's real good. So, I already dressed up as Team Rocket. I did that in the 90s before it was cool. Like, I think it was 99, Halloween 99. Yeah. Uh, maybe 2000. I think it was Halloween 99. Um, or maybe 2000. It's hard for me to. I think it was Halloween 99. Yeah, probably Halloween 99. But yes, definitely did it before it was cool. Definitely at a time when they're like, "Well, you're a college student, isn't that for children?" I win that argument forever. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, haters gonna hate, players gonna get their dream jobs. So, eh, it's true. That's true. Um, Speaking of dream jobs, this week, Tuesday, will be the 1 year anniversary of my first day at the Pokemon Company International, which is a thing that happened. It really did. And so we've already crossed like having been there longer than Scopely, which it was not Scopely, it was me, right? Like it would have stayed longer had there not been this other opportunity. But here we are. Um, and lots more to do. Yes, lots more to do. But you've had a lot of impact, right? I have, uh, it's complicated because like I don't want to speak like they're a little bit more conservative about public, right? So I don't want to like speak on behalf.
Hooray for Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I guess in this context I will allow it. Yes, I suppose. Hooray for Pokemon. It brings us together and stuff. And you do seem happier than like some past jobs and things. Yeah. Mhm. Um, but I'm proud of like the campaigns we did this year and the card decks feature. And, I think our Mega Evolution release was pretty good. And we have like the board takeover things we do now. And we have new music, although there's a little bit of a glitch, but I don't pay attention to that right now. Um, but then there's so much coming next year. And I cannot talk about any of it. But yeah, there's lots of things and and little things that we've managed to push for like improvements to the matchmaking systems and things like that. Some things are smaller, some things are larger, but and the other thing is just the momentum. we've been able to kind of really shift the way we think about how we build games on the team. And that is important because that'll help you with momentum later on. Yeah. So it's like you have to slow down to speed up if you want, like when you're making live service games, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You can't just like go in and burn everybody out. Um, and so it's a very interesting question, is like how you keep things going and keep things going to players while building capacity and building capabilities that allow you to do really great things later. Demolition says they should do a Pokemon a day for employment. Well, they have things. I mean, they don't do that. Like so when I hit a year, I'll get to pick one of the Kanto starters and I will get a little version of them to put on my career display. Which you get when you start, and it's got your name engraved on it. And it's very cool. And it has a little Pikachu and it has a Pokeball that corresponds to the level you started at, which is interesting because I didn't get a Pokeball. I got a a Ultra Ball because I'm a director. And so that was like there aren't many of those in the team. And so people are like, "Whoa, where'd you get them?" Um, and so there's a Pikachu and Ultra Ball, and then I'll have to pick a starter. And apparently I thought you picked a starter and then you got like 1, 3, and 5 years you got the same one, but you can mix and match. I'm like, that's chaos. I don't uh so I don't understand what you do with that. But that's what you do. So what are you going to pick? I mean, I keep going back and forth and I don't I myself am a water type, but I feel like Bulbasaur is more my mood. And I don't think it's Charmander. I think it's either Bulbasaur or Squirtle. And it'll come down to the last minute, like when I see it, like when I see the form, which is probably just a SharePoint form or something. And then the other thing that happens is like once you've been there a year, you can choose a different Pokemon partner, which triggers an update to your cubicle like nameplate. And I have Pikachu. Uh so that is obvious, but if I wanted to change it, I could. And uh Keen says you and Jackie Dash share a spirit Pokemon. Which one is that? Which is Jackie Dash's spirit Pokemon? Um, so I don't know. Oh, Bulbasaur. Yes, yes, yes. That's he just with his little like determination and like the garden of Bulbasaur, Secret Garden of Bulbasaur episode, and it's the way he says like there's just something right. Um, he does his face is the cutest. But there's another Pokemon that there's two Pokemon that I'm entertained by because I have done campaigns with them. One of them you know about, one of them you don't. And I'm thinking about that too, but I can't tell you which one of them because that would tip the joke. So, but Malamar is my friend, so that one is under consideration as well. But the balloon animal line was not moving. Okay. And I was like, why is it so slow? Well, it was the cheat. It was not the cheat. It was one of my coworkers getting a life-sized Mega Malamar balloon animal. Like 4 feet tall, rainbow majesty ridiculousness. I don't have a photo of it because I was busy in a meeting when this thing walked into the office and then walked out again. But holy crap. It was rainbow? Yeah, because like Mega Malamar has this like rainbow, like sort of tail thing. But then they had like woven all the different colors of balloon into the tail, and then of course that's a lot of balloons, and so that dictates the size of the Malamar. And so it was large, and so that's why nobody was moving in line. This balloon artist was clearly an artiste, like don't not quantity, it's quality. And like, thank you for your commission. I will give it the time and space it deserves. Everyone else can wait. Oh, okay, those vibes. Yeah. I mean, sure, some people got Pikachu and some people got a 4-foot Mega Malamar. Somebody should ask for Wailord. Oh god. And they have balloon Pokemon at the annual picnic too, and that was slow, but I don't Mega Malamar didn't exist, so that wasn't a thing you could ask for. Yeah. also impressive that they just I mean, I guess maybe they saw it on the phone or something, but that's a pretty new cut there. That they knew that? That's a lot. I respect the drip. Mega Malamar is very shiny, very rainbow, very mega. It's a good job. I mean, it's not invading my color scheme and my Sundays. Yeah, that's fair. So, was very chill on Halloween itself. Watched Vasco da Gamer stream and just was starting to pack here, which, as I was saying, is kind of anticlimactic because I don't own most things here, and so like most of these drawers are already empty. Um, the main things that are going to take time are like deconstructing this setup, and I really can't do that till the last possible minute because I also work from home, and so this is I do use this for working purposes, and so I'm not gonna yeah, so that's gonna just be like Thursday night, the night before, just like yeet it all out, yeah. Um, and clothes I also use for clothing purposes, and so we're not going to put that stuff away. I did last night. I ordered from Amazon a bunch of like little organizers because it was just chaos in my drawers. So I've been organizing, so it's going to be much easier to just pop that stuff out of the drawers and pop it over and into whatever I do in the new place. The trick is going to be ordering things in the new place because all the drawers, all the shelves, everything here stays. So I will have to time it so that some of that stuff shows up in the delivery room about the time that I get there. So sometime, not next week, but the week after, I will put in like the world's largest Amazon order because I can't figure out any better way to do that for like a bunch of like really lightweight like shelving units and things that I know have worked in the past, like collapsible bookshelves and drawers and things. So I have places to put stuff when I get there. That'll be that. And yeah, maybe you might need a TV stand. Yeah, I might need a TV stand. I might need that. But congratulations, Vasco da Gamer, on your successful Halloween stream. And yes, that was very. I just loved how much fun everybody had with your sounds. That was it's nice when you put a lot of work into something and people engage with it the way you want. That is, and what you were doing was a form of game design. You were creating an interactive loop, and boy, did people engage with it. So, yeah, you did 120 of them. And, like that's essentially the same mechanic that I was doing for the online show I directed, like Cupid on Mute, right? Like that you create something that gives people a way to affect what's on stream and they can exchange something of value for it and you just see what happens. But yours was a lot more real time, and that was real time stuff is more satisfying for humans, and so that can get really really silly and creative. That was what people really liked when they could give us dice on Shadowrun Corporate Sins, even though that was very not sophisticated. It was just give us dice. Eventually, like if people were giving us enough, it became sort of a game to distract us and to derail us with just lots of dice. Yeah, there was the thing with so many. Mhm. I don't think I watched the game where your costume was from, so I could not play that part of it. But
+1 edge to Cheryl.
that's a deep cut, but it's a good one. Thank you. That's very kind, Demolition. Because you could donate $10 and then you would give edge to the players. Yeah, yeah. Good times, good memories. We're not going to talk about the fact you're almost at 10 years of that. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because, boy, it is funny. It is funny, though, because I did think my video game career was like done, like past tense. And I mean, I was talking in the Discord I do nothing else. Nothing else anymore. Like nothing else. I mean, except for like literally like talking to you, doing the puppetry thing. Like I I am a creative director of video games. I am a adjunct instructor of video games. I wrote a book about video games. I have a podcast about video games. I play video games because I'm a voting member of BAFTA and I need to vote about video games. I do nothing but video games. Yeah, that's just we live the dream, everybody. Anyone who ever said it was a waste of time was 100% completely, absolutely, fundamentally at their most base level wrong. Wrong. Yeah. Uh, does it sound miserable? It's not. The only thing is like I wish there were like 2 or 3 more hours a day where I could just do random gaming. I I think that, like, you would rather do nothing but tabletop RPGs. Well, that's fine. Not everybody has to like, video gaming, and I wouldn't mind a little TTRPG here and there, and, I think finding some balance when I'm not actively promoting my book, maybe I will go back to doing that with, like, my husband or somebody else. I hear my friends are writing a Star Trek TTRPG, so that's a thing that I should probably do or something, uh, but, you know, it I it I do like I don't know why I like it, but I do like teaching and education and, like, the conversations that happen. It gives things meaning. It gives the things you have learned meaning. And then you get to learn from other people too, because it keeps you from being I think I like that it keeps me from being stuck. And the thing about it is, it's important because I am a creative director, and if I get stuck, my games will be worse. And the nice thing about teaching, there's lots of good things about teaching, but yes, Tilly, yay, Tilly and Susan. But you don't know what you don't know, but your students do. And so there's this back and forth. And they can help you test your hypotheses, and they can help I didn't have education listed as one of my motivators of play. My students helped me add that. Uh, it was kind of in the back of my brain, but I didn't know if it was big enough. But they were the ones that were like, yeah. Um, and they've validated some theories. They've helped point me towards games I didn't know exist. Uh, they just as all y'all have during our 10 year, well, here it's been like an 8-year journey. Right now, I'm up to going to 9, but challenging me, pushing me towards the edges. It makes me better. So it's like if you did only one of the things, it wouldn't be nearly as good as doing many of the things. Yeah, and that's the challenge. It's like it's 10 times better to do multiple of the things than it is to do one of the things. But it's like finding the right balance of the multiple things that you don't die. Right. Because your list in Steam is really, really ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm never going to like the book is never going to take off as much as it would if I just focused on the book. But would the book conversations be as good if I wasn't actively still making games? And so I don't know. That's it's constant struggle. I'm excited that like I am going to get to go to my alma mater during homecoming, and I'm going to get to do a book signing, and then the program that I studied as an undergrad, the Human Computer Interaction Institute, invited me to come and co-teach a class that night. And that sounds weird, like, oh, free labor, whatever. I'm like, but to me as a student, that would have been like making it, right? To get to invited uh and and do the thing and come back around and just have it be like, oh yeah, naturally come back and do this. And it turns out the person I'm co-teaching with has like the same background as also worked at Maya and also has ties to the Luma Institute, and like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be fun just to see what students come up with and have cool discussions. Yes, the book is good because you're still learning. Yeah, and of course that's why there's so many footnotes and why everybody's so bad. And obviously I like learning because that's why there's so many footnotes, because I'm like constantly like, oh, I'm gonna go follow this thread. And that's why there's so many footnotes. Editing took so much time. My editor's so patient, but also, and I'll admit too, like I also knew that I am a woman releasing a game development book into an industry that has not always been kind to women. So I knew that if I was going to say anything, I needed to back it up. And so I leaned hard into reference material because uh, that, I knew there was no other way. And so it's like you look at it, you're like, oh, did you really need to do this stuff? I'm like, yeah, well, okay, it seems obvious, but if I didn't, it would be a much different conversation. Yeah, yeah. Uh, and yeah. So I still, if you have read my book, please go put a review on Amazon because the reviews are coming slowly and that helps us discover more people. Uh, Vasco the Gamer says that's just a cover story. The footnotes are, you know, that footnotes are just an elaborate blueprints ARG that can earn you the title of Baron. Am I the gaming Taylor Swift? I can't confirm or deny that. Yeah, you'll just have to figure that out for yourself. uh, but I did finally, there are a couple of people that I had physical addresses for that I needed to ship my book to that I did last weekend, and I got to them this week. And one of them was Will Wright because he did me the honor of like reviewing my book and giving me a quote, but he prefers physical stuff. And I didn't expect him to get back to me, right? Like he'd already seen the book. So, but he sent me a text like that night when it got in and congratulated me again and said how good it looked and how proud I should be. And I just died again, right? Like I just whew, um and I need to remember that feeling, even though it might be like not a lot of reviews on Amazon yet or not selling yet, and just do the work. Do the work. As we say at Carnegie Mellon, our hearts in the work. Just go engage with students. Because that's the thing. The industry is wobbly. Yeah, a lot wobbly. And so like people aren't necessarily going to be lining up for this kind of books, but there are always students. And the students might not be the students the people are you're normally thinking of. Like they might not be going into games, but that doesn't mean that learning about game development isn't helpful. There's lots of students or people of student age who are actively working in game development platforms right now because they work in Roblox. They play with Roblox and they make Roblox games. They play with Minecraft and they play Minecraft games, and they're just missing this knowledge. So I need to get to them. But reviews on Amazon will help the book get to them. So that is a way you can help. Mystery says it has life and personality. UX and gaming books can be so bad and dry when you tell the author thinks they know everything. Oh, your ex-boyfriend put out an awful couple books on gaming. Embarrassing. Oh, wow. That sounds like there's a lot of story there. Well, we're honored that we passed the test that they did not. Yeah. And I think that's also part of why my publisher believes it's so important to like involve the community and talk to the community. And I like that user experience research driven approach to writing books. So there's not just one person's perspective. It's like road tested, and you're like, okay, I'm going to challenge my assumptions here, or I will lean into them, or I'll go and let the world, let the community tell me what story needs to be told here. So. But all that dancing with the devil brought you here. Yeah, well, I mean, we all have that, right? You wouldn't be with Seattle out in Seattle without a little bit of that. Yeah, me in Seattle is a little bit complicated, right? Because I did want to work for the company I was going to that I applied to, regardless of my romantic situation. But there was also a romantic situation, and that it can never be fully disentangled. But yeah, yeah. So I feel you. I have some wild romantic gaming stories that like, none of which were like directly they were like orthogonal, but then they would come back and affect work in like wild ways that we're not going to talk about here because we're past. But if we ever see each other in real life, we'll have a drink and talk about things. Yeah, life is like that. Life is like that sometimes. But everybody, it's a very small industry. It is a very small industry. And the good news is most of the time everybody is adult. Sometimes situations are difficult, and sometimes people don't tell themselves stories about what's going on. That is so much of my professional career and my personal life has been people telling themselves stories about what's going on in my life that are untrue. And sometimes they become self-fulfilling prophecies. And sometimes that just we close the gap and they're like, oh, I thought that you were doing this. I'm like, no, I don't know why you thought that was happening, but if you had led with curiosity, we could have come to terms much sooner on that. Yeah, which is why you talk about leading with curiosity so much at work. Yeah, because there's you know, mind the cognitive gap, mind the narrative gap. We are always telling ourselves stories about the people around us. And that's often the root of our challenges in collaboration, in romance, and everything else. So now it's tough when we're emotionally charged to take the step back and say, like, which parts am I telling myself a story about? which parts of are they selling themselves a story about, and how might I help them see that? But if you can do that, sometimes magic happens. Yeah. And the times I have been able to do that, places, people who I've not been getting along with turned into close friends. And sometimes it just is just a garbage fire. You had somebody at work that was literally dressed like a garbage fire this week. Yes, somebody dressed as a dumpster fire, which was funny because like I saw her put on her wig and it looked like a Super Saiyan because all I saw was the wig, and I didn't see until we got into the team meeting that she was fully a dumpster fire with like lights and everything. And so that was very interesting. And my boss was Mario, which was funny because like it's not the first time I've had a boss dressed as Mario, but also like we do technically sort of almost like, Nintendo's co-owns the company. So it was like, it's more likely that that would have happened here than the last place I worked. But also funny that this like deja vu, like, oh, yeah, of course. Hello. Yeah. It's if you had a nickel for every time that happened, you'd have two nickels, but it's weird that it's happened twice. It's, yeah. Um, I guess the last thing I'll share before we because I got distracted and we started talking about TikTok and then we moved on. But uh, a friend texted me this week and she was like, and so you might have seen this on TikTok, but if not, she texted me and she was like, does self-determination theory play a role in video game design? And so like I don't expect everybody I know to have read my book yet. Like I get it. That's not how that works. I have friends who've written books that I didn't read right away or like that didn't hadn't read. Like it's fine. It means a lot, but it doesn't always happen. Uh and so but I couldn't tell like if she was trolling me or not because like the first episode of my podcast and the first chapter of my book talk about self-determination theory. And so I was like, are you trolling me? Because yes, like very much yes. And if you are not trolling me, then like, boy, do I have material for you that's totally on the internet and also like first episode. And so now we can like nerd out about that. Uh and you were very excited about that. Yes, because that's cool. Like it's cool to like we've been friends forever. We get to still get to discuss new ways or find new things to nerd out about. Um and it was one of those things where it felt like sometimes, and I did research my book a lot, and putting that in there was very much based on people I very much respect in the industry, and yeah, it still felt like more of a validation that we were on the right track, right? That somebody I know this coming in as an associate dean at like a big school is using the same theories for their educational curriculum, and it's like okay, we are on the right track here. This is this stuff this is the conversation we're supposed to be having. I just need to get it in front of more people. So that's what you were doing when you were dressed as Princess Buttercup. Yes. Right. So it's almost inconceivable, but not quite. Almost inconceivable, but not quite. Well, I hope that all of you have a very good first week of November. You made it through October. Like, well done, because wow, it just, it really, it was a heck of a year, right? The October that we had, there were so many things about it. So many things. And like the government, we're not, yeah, it's a lot, but you got out of it. And I know this is going to be a hard month. Um, so if you're one of the people that's impacted by like the food stamp stuff and you need to use the helping and coping channel, or if like just, lean on the communities that we have because it seems like it's going to get worse before it gets better. And community is all we have. So let's use that. Right? Yeah. There's don't feel shame about situations you can't control. Just let people know how they can help. Cause that that mess. Yeah, I mean, two things we can do are help each other and vote to change that mess. Those are the two things that we can do in the next week to do that, right? Do those two things. If you don't like what's happening, vote for that. And also work with your community to get help. Uh, Mystery says so many in gaming are just personal opinions with no basis in research or users. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And combining user experience and game design feels like a nice, happy synergy. And one of the things that pains me the most is that I can't talk about the other things in this particular brand right now because of the fact that I'm associated with the brand. Because I would love to nerd out about it, but I can't. So, but I will say, like, another series of videos I posted this week, some of the discourse that's going on is about video game graphics, and that also made me feel like the book was very needed right now, because there's a lot of like, "Oh, this game's graphics aren't good enough." I'm like, says who? I mean, okay, maybe so, like, what does it tell us about what you want and how you are motivated if you are unhappy with the graphics of a game? And why do all games need to hit a specific uh level of graphics? It's a trap says hot take game design is really all just UX. That is not dissimilar from like you would say. Yeah, I mean, I am careful not to invalidate anyone's chosen career path. So the way I would say I would phrase it originally was like uh game design is user experience design that intentionally deploys friction, right? Like if I wanted to be really reductive, um but the when I get broader or in the book, right, I talk about them as a spectrum where if you are hyper specialized in game design, you are more optimized for shaping behavioral change. And if you are more optimized for user experience design, you are more optimized for meeting like people or players where they are now. And so some people are good at both. Some people are generalists and can do both. But if you are specialized, like you might be on one end of the spectrum, right? Like some user experience designers are not changing behavior. They are like, okay, this is how perception works, and so this is how we're going to make the form so people don't make errors. And we're yeah. And some people are like, I don't care what people do. I'm going to put the yellow paint here, and I'm going to make people do what I need them to do. Yeah. Mystery says, watching all these games and streams, you struggle with a lot of decisions made. And the larger the team is, and the more they're profit driven, like there's so many things that can lead to a group of very reasonable individuals making very unreasonable decisions. It's true. And Yesenia and I talk about that in episode 10 of Enduring Play, like how to lead with empathy when questioning what seems like a completely unreasonable set of decisions made in a game, because many of us have been there when we as an individual see ration or see like reason, and then um the collective does not, and you don't have the agency to change it. That doesn't mean that the individuals didn't see it coming. That just means that they didn't have the power to change it. uh, and so but focus on graphics is such a too big to fail, like, here's the thing. I think it's, if I look at my own work, right, the motivators of play, the I think, sure, on one hand there's graphics card manufacturers who are like, good graphics, and they're going to make us feel like, okay, this, the Switch is somehow inferior because it's not as expensive or whatever. Hmm. uh but the Switch, game is consoles that don't maximize graphics may be going for different things like maximizing player comfort. Yes, exactly. And so to me, it's about the motivators. If some players are going to be more immersion motivated and they may genuinely value really high quality graphics over comfort or one of the other, or mastery or something. But there's usually a price to pay for the amount of investment you make in really high quality visuals. Those are the 9-digit games. Is it worth it? Can you guarantee that you have that audience? Do you have that money lying around? Because if you don't, then you have to choose. Are you going to be immersive with very little game? Or are you going to have a lot of game and less investment in the visuals? And there are certain elements of cognitive science where certain types of story do not benefit from realism. And go read Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud to understand like how the more real something is, the less we can project ourselves into it. And so sometimes choosing to be abstract, or as you say, impressionistic, where it's sort of like reality but abstract, may make it so that people can more accurately or empathetically put themselves into the story. And that's, so there was a game I played off stream because I knew it was sensitive material called And Roger. And it is a game about Alzheimer's, and it's done in, definitely to me, the impressionistic quadrant of the spectrum of gaming graphics. Line art, like it's drawn, line art that represents the real world, but in a very stylized way. And it is really impactful. It uses game mechanics in a really interesting way to depict loss of control and confusion. And it's not a long game. It took me like an hour to play. But if you're looking for like a game that like totally takes games in a different direction, and Roger is on Steam, and that was a really interesting play. Uh, Corporate Flagger says RimWorld is peak graphics. Yep, yep. Some people it doesn't need to be amazing fidelity to hit the bar. And you've been in very convincing uh commercial grade flight simulators that were not PS5 quality. That's the thing, right? It's not always about fidelity. It's about what you do with it. Flight simulators the flight simulator I trained in back in a decade ago, like that they used to train pilots, was way more like PS2 quality, but it was enough to fool my brain into thinking I was like the plane was in danger of crashing if I wasn't doing it right. Like genuinely like heart whew, like like adrenaline in a way that I would have gotten from a regular thing, because you were doing other things. You were using all the senses, that was multimodality. Like, why lean on one modality, right? Why does it have to be all about graphics? Why isn't it graphics and sound and the haptics? Everybody sleeps on sound. I'll go off on that. Like, I've been on that rant for a year on my game. Like, people are like, oh, people don't play with the sound. Maybe people don't play the sound because the sound's crap. People who, like sound, sure, not everybody's going to be listening to it all the time, but sometimes they will. And the people who do, they can, uh, you know, get more from it if you make the audio a supplement to the game design. Give them more uh data. Yeah, haptics are exciting. Sims are more about creating the bodies responsive for leading eyes, but you can do that with games too. Yeah, I mean, how big are TVs? TVs are almost Sims at this point. So yeah, the best graphics you've seen in the series were in Cast and Chill, a quasi-idle pixel graphic fishing game. Yeah, when you were working on Game Boy games, they did amazing things with palette animations. Yeah, like constraint is a gift, and sometimes the constraint creates art. So that's why I created this spectrum of gaming graphics where, we compare apples to apples. The things that want to be realistic, we'll compare them with the things that want to be realistic. But impressionistic games, let's talk about the genre. Like, impressionistic art was pilloried at first, but it was eventually acknowledged as a genuine genre. And we compare impressionistic art with impressionistic art. And it has a purpose, and people enjoy it for that. And then we have artistic games, which are just like have a point of view, and they're not trying to be anything else. They're just trying to be themselves. And then we have classic games, which are trying to do a lot with a little. And Kathy Rain Choose pixel art has impressed you more than most AAA games of recent years. Pixel art's great. And it's also very friendly on the computer, and it's inclusive. Pixel art means that you have broader market reach because not everybody has the latest graphics card. So, like, it's totally fine to say like, I am frustrated that this game isn't PS5 graphics quality, but for a games industry where it's hard to like justify investments in uh, team members, in studios, and whatever, it's not a good investment to overemphasize on the reality quadrant when you're never going to beat a studio that's got 9 digits worth of investment. So it's shouting at the rain when your studio can't afford to do that, to get mad at them for doing that. Like, it's fine to be like, "Hey, oh, wow, okay, I as a human really appreciate immersion, and so games that are hyper realistic are of value to me." But that's not gonna magically make a bunch of studios that can't afford to chase that rabbit do it. Yeah. 30 Birds is great. 30 Birds is, like, artistic, but it manages to do it on a lower graphical fidelity. It's very good. Yeah, we liked 30 Birds. So, the Sultan's game really nails the art style. Uh, yeah, the best sound you don't even notice because it feels natural. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. So, these are conversations I feel like need to happen, and I have to take a deep breath, and just because people aren't like, the book isn't flying off the shelves, I still think they're the right conversations to have. It just means there's more work to spread the word. But if people want to help me spread the word, that's fine. Um, I did. I didn't have yet a version of my own shirt that says like my art, video game art is more than just pixels. But after like the discourse of October, I definitely ordered one, and I'm bringing it to Pittsburgh with me. Uh, yeah. So it's. I'm just going to get students talking about it. That's the thing. Mhm. It's not the best marketable material because it's academic material. So I'm going to focus on academic conversations. Uh, it's not the best marketable material because we got Madden COD. I would disagree because we also have Minecraft and Roblox, which are way low fidelity. Yeah, I think we're just people. I just need to connect with the right audiences. And I don't know how to do that yet. It was funny because I messaged Will Wright and was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like build Roblox levels or something about these principles." He's like, "Well, you could just post shorts on YouTube." I'm like, "That has not worked well. I think that they've moved past us. I think we are old. I think we have to try new things." And that devolved into a conversation about being old on social media. Shh, don't tell anyone in the world. It's a trap says I'm allergic to Roblox. Oh, Gesundheit. Hmm. Yeah. There's a it's I pixel art that I'm sure that I hear I was listening to my friend Mav, his podcast from a couple weeks ago. Uh uh Fox podcast. He was doing interviews with some of his students because he teaches at the University of Pittsburgh interactive media, and they were talking about sprite art. I think that's what I was hearing them say. Um, and so the art's not dying, is what you're saying. I think some people are doing, yeah, Stardew and other games of those genres. So yeah, Minecraft was started as a hugely successful game that got bought by a company that never would have had a vision to make a game like that. No, I mean that's true, but different companies serve different purposes, right? Companies don't would never have had the capacity to run scale servers at that scale, right? So let companies do what they're good at. Let indies do the really good, cool ideas, and let the big companies help with the scale. I mean, eh, I don't need the big companies to be the ones having the big ideas all the time. Mm, I don't think they're organized to allow it. Yeah, you've seen too many really good ideas die. Yeah, I've seen a lot of really good ideas die at big companies. Like, it's not that the big companies don't have good ideas. I've seen a lot of really good ideas die at big companies. They do not, when it comes down to it, they do not have the vision to waste the money to take the chances. But indie studios don't have the option to play the quantity. So they have to take their wild shot on what they do and make it work. It's like improv scenes where you're stuck with a bad suggestion and you make it work. Yeah. They like what I see a lot at big companies is a good idea gets a little wobbly and they run away because it's just easier to go do something else. When if they had just leaned in and did it a little bit different. A Journey live performance with the orchestra? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Live orchestra performances with video games, A plus. Yeah, I would love it if I ever get that for one of my games someday. I am having too much fun doing audio direction for my game. Like, and I've had people try to tell me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, 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 no. We are making fetch happen. Anyway. Yeah, Devolver has great games for that are like low graphics but amazing atmosphere. So yeah, there are many conversations like that in the book. Yeah, 50% audio would be nice for a default. Yeah, there's a remind me about that rant sometime for a TikTok. Yeah. Oh, I should watch that. I don't have HBO Max here, but I have it at the other place. So, yeah, go watch that sometime. You were emotional about it, and it was Kimmy's not your whole personality or identity. Yeah, there's civilization music, hearing that in like an orchestral environment. I got emotional hearing civilization music in the bathroom at Riot, like Civ 4 music. Like there's something about Civ 4 music like hit hard. I was like, why am I having feels in the bathroom? That is a weird person. That is a weird problem to have. So, do we want to go down the dynamic music road? Because like we don't we're not gonna play games today. Um, so dynamic music is so much fun, and I didn't get to do it until just recently, right? It was something we dreamed about when I was working on Game Boy games, and we were like, oh, but then like the winter will have like less music, and then it'll as it warms up, we'll have more music, and then you're like, how the hell are we gonna do that on a Game Boy? Never mind. Yeah. But now you get to do dynamic music. I do. If you have played Pokemon TCG Live, the battle music is dynamic. It changes based on the number of prize cards and the amount of time. Um, and so what you there's a lot of games you might play and you see something called Fmod, a card called Fmod thrown up there. And Fmod is a tool that a lot of studios use for the creation of dynamic music. And uh, it allows you to do things like set looping tracks for different conditions, layer tracks, do digital processing on tracks, and so you get to kind of paint with music instead of just like specific MP3s that just hard switch. It's really it's fun. Yeah, it's just but of course you can do all the painting with the music, but then you also have to put the hooks and code, right? So you still need to game design the music, right? Like you can write all the music, but you also need to like understand, okay, well, what are the states of music I have and how does that correspond to code? And that's like, you know, relevant to my current interests. But it's when it works is very cool. It is we have such technology now. And when it's done right, you don't even necessarily notice it, except that it like catches your attention or directs your attention or like makes you feel a certain way. It doesn't have to draw your attention, uh, but I think it's super fun and I like it. I like, but I obvious is it surprising? I wrote a book on multimodality, so I'm like, yeah, I get to play with multiple modalities. Yeah, she's on brand, that's for sure. So it's like 11:19. Are you gonna play any games? Miss talk about the games? Demolition quotes Futurama. When you do something right, people will think you haven't done anything at all. Yeah, it's very true. Think about that quote a lot. And for UX designers, that's more true than anyone. Yeah, when UX design is correct, it doesn't exist. But when it's not correct, you're like, why is it like this? Yeah, yeah. When a faucet's installed correctly, everything's fine. When a faucet is not installed correctly, you stand there like an idiot, just like, why water no go? Not that I've watched you do that. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. As always, I hope I'll see you next week. I hope you don't have to drive across the country, but if you do, um, good luck with that. Thanks. Yeah. Let's hope the government comes back from whatever it's doing by then. Yeah, let's hope for everybody's sake. So let's put that energy out there. I'm Sprinkles, and
We shall remember you.
well, thank you, because I was going to ask you to remember me. So thank you. I'm Sprinkles, and remember me. So, yeah, that was a long, talky, ranchy bit. And now we have to figure out how to switch without the stream deck, without breaking the camera, which we love to see. We love to see. Um, ah, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yeah, with apologies to my wrist. Yeah, we just need a second. I am not at my best physical shape, but I am moving into a building with a gym, so I'm hoping that, and a pool. So between those two things, I am hoping that I'm hoping this is like rock bottom for me physically, and that once we get to the place without the giant sewer trench, and I'm never going to shut up about that. I am never going to shut up about the fact that like I had 4 months of sewer trench at this place. Like to me that's just like a metaphor. Like I'm never going to shut up about that as a metaphor for like how what we passed through to get, like, yes, I am grateful. Pikachu is great. It was not without sacrifice. Lived. Nah, luckily, like, in general, not the smell, but like literally the front of my complex has been inaccessible for most of the year, interfering with like deliveries, lift pickups. Speaking of which, I think I have to drive to the airport tonight. Oh, man. Hold, please. I forgot that. Why is it like this? Okay. Right. I'm just messaging to see if I can get a ride. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. Seeing if that will deal with anything. Sewer trench, is it magical? It doesn't feel magical. So I'm going to I feel like we do Hades 2 first, because we know we like those games. So what am I gonna do? I'm going to switch to the transition. I'm gonna let this sit for a hot second so that the camera shuts down. And then I'm going to go to PC top. And then the camera will. There we go. Good job. Hades 2. I don't think I have, because it wasn't installed on my computer. I played Hades 1, but I know I didn't play Hades 2 because it had never been installed. So that's what we're gonna do. I set this. Oh, good. No. I love that I set this screen to be my primary one, and then, well, first of all, there. Well, okay, it's okay, we're gonna quit. And I set this display to be my primary display, but okay, let's try that again. Will you work this time? fine. So it only goes to the non-primary display. I don't know. I don't know. It's, you can see it. That's fine. Endless stream tunnel. Hi, Crit Twitch.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose reign as grim lord.
Are there a few tales? I feel like quite a few tales.
All at once, his past caught up
Quite
with
a
him.
few.
But gods do not go quietly, and history repeats.
Yes, we are hydrating.
So this tale was only a matter of time.
Death to Kronos.
So you want more audio is what you're telling me. Hello, Vuroth. Thank you for the resub, Crit Twitch. Oons, oons, oons.
Vengeance for my family.
I'm sorry. I'm a woman. That's great. That looks like something, but it is nothing.
Lost souls. I'll make the Titan pay.
Ow.
Be gone.
Yes, be gone. Those look like Wiglet, the weird Diglett Pokemon.
Good.
Is there any, like, heart?
Just a spell. It's just another spell. 10 words. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Bye, Mystery. Thanks for joining. Have a great week. Happy November.
Greetings from Olympus and well met there, Sunshine. Look, we can't get to the Titan, but if you truly mean to stop him,
Oops,
then the least I can do
oops,
is light your
oops.
way down.
Choo choo. More height for the pile.
Thank you so much for the resub. Oh, I've got to pick something. Your attacks deal more damage in a larger area.
They
That
need my
sounds like a
aid.
good thing.
I'll see if I need theirs. Boisterous.
I would like some health, please. Well, that didn't go well.
Return to Shadow now.
I'm just switching to the Twitch thing to see the hype train. Hello. Hello, everybody. TikTok.
Oh,
Well, that's a
back
headache.
already. Damn it.
Are you friend?
See what I get for staying out all night, Phrenos.
Brood.
This old unfinished painting. Don't look away. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you.
Who dares disturb my eternal rest. You trifle with powers far beyond your comprehension.
Neighbors, am I right?
That was pretty decent, right, Mel? Maybe pushing it. Calling you witch like that.
Solid haunting all in all, Dora. And I thought the witch part worked. But I'd better go. Something I have to do.
Then be gone.
Princess of the Underworld.
Stand tall and show no weakness. The river's overflowed back there.
She leaves little fire footsteps.
There you are. Come here.
It's being purified.
Time forced our hand.
Why did I know it was going to be
Melinway.
Hecate?
Nary a soul expected you to slay our enemy last night, on a new moon, no less.
I lack such forgiveness for my failure, Headmistress Hecate. The Titan yet lives, and Olympus yet burns, while I'm back where I started.
Yes, recovered bodily, if not in spirit, and grown wiser for it. You've not failed, merely begun. This is all part of the task.
Boy, she's very
Death
supportive
to
for the whole
Kronos.
thing.
Death to Kronos.
Hail. Tell me you killed the bastard. Drove your
He's
staff
less
into his
supportive.
wretched skulls with a dagger in his gut. Not that he died from that. Works on mortals, though.
Kronos, the Titan of Time, is vanquished, Odysseus. I have his head right here.
Well, you'll get him next time, I reckon.
Already hit a wall. Knocked your scrawny ass all the way back here. It's insane that she's sending you out on foot, all on your own.
You're fortunate you have even this responsibility for all your questioning of orders and complaining.
I feel like there's a story behind my arm.
Oh, shut up.
Hail, Shades. Our fight is just getting started.
Dying wish immortality. Interest, right? Yeah. It's a vibe.
My altar. Headmistress lent me the Arcana. The Sorceress. Don't have enough for that.
Okay. There's a lot going on here.
The arms of night are now at my disposal. Or shall be, soon enough.
Disciples, attention!
Oots, 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 oots. Thank you for the
More hype for the
resub,
hype
JM
train.
Plaid.
Muppet Magic Wand, Muppet Magic Wand, Muppet Magic Wand, Muppet Magic Wand, Muppet Magic Wand.
Muppet Magic Wand. Let's get some more Muppet Magic Wands out there. A battle lost, but this is war. Let's give you. He wants me.
Commander Skelemius, sir. You're certain it's acceptable for me to strike you 20 times in
Oh,
front
those
of
are
all your
students.
Dead certain. Now hit me with everything you got.
As you will, sir.
Disciples, watch and learn. I am ensnared.
Not now.
All right, that's enough. Unless you want to keep going. I shall return.
Forgive me, sir.
You see?
I said I would return. And I returned. Okay. Is that all? Is that class? This is good? That's what those are.
Death to Kronos.
Very
I'll see to
Pacific
that.
Pacific Northwest
No
vibes
one
here.
is more prepared. Beyond the mists of
Is he
Ares,
dead or
a
is he
ship
not
we
dead? I'm
lay
getting
down.
conflicting reports.
Too risky heading through Elysium. And too risky to stay. All right. It's time.
Time for what?
Sealed as always.
Cease messing with that thing.
Find the Titan, slay the Titan. The Sigil of Frost. Headmistress told me so much about you, and now at last we meet.
You look just like your mother. I'll not lose her again. I shall freeze hell in its entirety if that is what it takes to get her back. You'll help me, won't you, granddaughter?
Grandmother.
Rare. Tranquil gain. I mean, yes,
Before death, all of you gather round.
the other one would give you more magic, but like freezing is better. Elsa is just fundamentally better.
Mine.
Mine. Oh, she's that's an interesting thing. She's a
mist-shrouded labyrinthine
seagull.
Erebus lie countless souls of the dead. Await.
They'll be judged soon enough. Whispers.
Ow. Not doing the best.
For me.
What is that?
Can't recover here. Need to press on. Not a chance. Hold still. A centaur heart.
Okay, well, we got some health.
Farther than last time.
Farther than last time, yes, that is true.
Spindles.
Terrain kill.
Fall back to dust.
Kronos is up to something.
Okay.
But Athena knows what. His assaults on Olympus always fail, even if they've kept us occupied. What's his next move?
Deal more damage until you take damage. No thanks.
Not Moon Knight, that's for sure.
When do I get health back? I don't know what those things are. Those are two just like gray and purple. Blech. Oh man. Well, we're got a little better. We're figuring it out. We need to use our little ensnary bit.
For Phrenos, you there?
Everybody likes frogs, so let's confide in Frog.
You know what they say, Phrenos. Failure. is the greatest
Phrenos. His
instructor
name
of
is
all.
Phrenos, which is obviously. I mean, look, Hades is a Souls-like, right? It's supposed to be hard. It lets you get into the game fast. It does.
Dora
It's
must be hiding for a
forgiving
bit.
about your first loss. It sets up that loss is part of the
The
process.
cauldron's ready for me now.
The cauldron's ready. I don't know what that. It makes
Last
it
night
clear
I
what you
dreamt
can
of this.
do. It gives you lots of choices, so you have a lot of agency. Phrenos is better than Panos, yeah. That's reveal gathering tools.
Great night, reveal now your works within our silver pool. So mote it be.
At least our cauldron's finally purified. Praise the...
If
I
there's
already
any
did.
chance the three fates shall aid us, I'll take it.
And offer such
So you can
Over
do
here,
spell
it isn't
stuff.
much, but our shades out there.
Ash of the dead. Odysseus, these
Oh, that's
our
what that
shades
stuff
are
is?
giving up their own mortal remain.
And who can blame them?
So the purple's bones, obviously.
Another failed attempt.
Isn't personal. You don't seem...
I lost more than my mother, too. And I knew mine.
All you ever did was fall out of her womb. Well, she's a charmer. Yeah, real charmer there. Where the heck do I go?
We'll
Sleep
find a way to
incarnate.
wake you.
We'll find a way to wake you sleep. What?
Hi, gang. Headmistress must have some important tasks for you.
Not the same as Cerberus, but Cerberus. Where did I go?
Okay.
How did I get out? Is the question before. Is it down here? Okay.
The wayward son. That'll do. Persistence.
It seems fast for me to unlock all this stuff.
Don't have enough just yet.
Okay. Well, those are good power-ups. I like those.
There's something new here. The crescent pick. Reveal to me the bounties of the earth.
A trusty tool indeed.
The silver pool.
So now I can use this to unlock main weapons? Interesting. Well,
Farewell, Commander.
it should be a hard C. Kerberos. Okay.
The trident sigil. Molly, there's some raw silver I can use.
I see.
You're one of my father's brothers, aren't you? Then help him. In the name
Neptune.
of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Did he have to be as formal with Hades? I feel like Hades was like, hey, what's up?
We thought you met the same fate as your father, and your mother, and your brother. Oh. Well, how about we turn the tide and exact terrible revenge?
So my casts are doing frost damage, aren't they? Oh no, we're starting over. Well, this would make my close game better. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna take title ring.
May all our enemies drown.
Seems the timing's of the essence there.
Looks like a new path out. Caskets.
Ow. So if I time it right and they're near me, that is good.
Always need bones, just not precisely now.
Always need bones, just not precisely now. I feel like always, though. Ow, 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 ow.
Straightforward.
Demeter's frost stuff.
Whalers.
Ow, 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 ow. Well, we got a little further. I need armor. Can I build armor with the silver?
Best Phrenos. Blasted wretch got me, Phrenos. I'll keep a healthier distance.
Is
next
it
time.
me that's keeping the distance, or is there? They're the ones who are getting near me.
Ventured into my abode,
Forgive my insolent spirit and name your.
then swear to me that you shall do my bidding. Now,
Just keep me posted.
I don't know why I have this thing in my bedroom.
Rise and shine.
Must be an incantation that can help.
What does
By
this do?
blood and darkness, let my will be done. Broker, welcome to the crossroads.
I like your book hat.
Hail, Broker.
So I have a lot of bones.
Trade you.
Nothing good right now.
Good to see you. We've multiple reports.
Vasco said,
the
you haven't
armies
played
of
much to
Kronos
Hades
have
1, but you
rested
found
on
the game was
surface
much
up
harder
there,
than you feel
and
most
not yet
people
caught
and usually
wind of
talked
your
about. It's
efforts.
just Souls-like. It
At
is
least
hard.
you
It is
aren't
hard.
contending with them, aye?
Like, you can't... You must go in accepting frustration is a way of life.
My route through the underworld is fraught.
There's not a downward route that's more discreet.
But
As thorny
in a
as
way
that
that's
sword, they've no love
freeing,
for
if you're
Kronos
willing
either,
to
at least.
accept it, that, you know, you just continue. Yeah. You blink, you die. And at least there's like
get past
good
them.
visuals and story and stuff. it's a weird thing for me because it feels like a twitchy game that I can play because it's designed to accommodate for failure and you get stronger through failure and it's okay, as opposed to twitchy games where it's like, well, you had one mistake, so you're dead forever.
Don't have enough.
So I need ash for that.
Much more than just this staff bathing in there. Join with me. Lim and Oros, sister blades. We're fellow sisters now.
A fitting armament. Ah, there she is again at last.
Oh.
Like getting stung by bees. Over here. You've got to get rid of those. I must go.
Well, I haven't mastered the staff yet.
Discura, the witch's staff. With me, my friend. Once more, then. The flame sigil. I thought the fire goddess never got involved.
And it changes up, so it's not like you're doing the same exact thing every time. It's like, oh, okay, well, this combination of things is good. Fire goddess never got involved.
Well, look at you, hot stuff. Come to help the elderly. Oh, what a good girl you are.
And here I was just about to burn this whole blasted place to the ground myself. I like epic.
Whew, that almost burns. More whispers.
Oh, that was efficient. Well, I should do that a lot more.
Let's head this way this time.
I mean, it's the one way I can go, but... And part of it's just like, I have to relearn all the controls, you know? But you know what I like is giant fire gun. That is way better.
Ash of the Dead.
I'll keep that, thanks. Now, I could take more gold or I could just double down on fire.
More coming.
Where's the rest? They have lightsabers.
You shouldn't have crossed me.
Krellin, I think your point about Krellin says, as someone getting old and deteriorating with age, I take the stereotype of video games as needing twitch reflexes and quick thinking personally. You're totally fair. That's why there's a God mode in this game. So it takes the twitch part out of it. I haven't started to use it yet, but that's it. You can play this game as a story mode, really. And I think that's great. And that's why I talk about things like the motivators to play. Not everybody wants to play for mastery. Some people want to play for comfort. Some people want to play for meditation. Some people want to play for immersion, and that's fine. I think you're totally fair to be like, and look, it's business. So if you're a tiny studio and you're going to make your little game for like super hard, like there's one game, gosh, I forget what it was called, but there was a game one of my students did a report on, which was like a dude bouncing a cauldron up a cliff or something. And it was like the most ridiculous, unforgiving game ever. But like that was the point. But it wasn't made for scale, and that's fine. Okay. Just as long as you know what you're doing. Just don't be surprised when you don't have a huge audience. Hey, letters, yay, we're doing a game rant. Hey, Magic Mafia, ready your magic wands. And welcome, letters, yay, and the raiders here. We are playing Hades 2. Yes. Getting over it. Okay, yeah, I think that might be it. Yes, that was the point of the game, was being hard. And like, okay, sure, some people really enjoy that. But you know, I haven't posted, like I haven't had time to write Medium posts yet, but I have a salty one I need to write because there's an Imagineer I follow who was like, well, gamers play for mastery, because he was talking about like the design of interactive theme parks. I'm like, not all of them. And I really need to get people over that stereotype. Oonce, 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 oonce. Thank you for the gift subscription. Bye, letters, yay. Have a good day. Thank you for the raid. Yeah. Let's see. At a theme park? Yeah, I mean, well, there's complaints about the way Universal's interactive rides are designed. I need to go back and read it. Hi, Supreme Duck. Hello, I'm Cheryl, aka Funny Godmother. I am a video game everything. I'm a creative director. I'm a game designer. I'm a video game adjunct instructor. I wrote a book about video games you can't see because it's off screen. I have a podcast during play. All the things. Yes. So I get another Hestia thing. My attacks afflict Scorch. Now, I'm just fire. I feel like the wine was way more important before, but the ash is going to get me more powers. So we're going to go with the ash. Wow, that was the wrong direction.
More caskets.
Those are caskets? Ow, 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 ow.
They're slowing down.
I need hearts. Ow. I would describe this build as fire, but those things with the boop, 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 I hate them. I hate them. The wiglets. Boop, 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 boop. I can't get around, like, I'm not fast enough to get around them.
You're liking all this rain, right, little one?
Oh, did we just nuzzle him? Oh, boy. He's best frog. Also, did we notice there's a picture of a frog? Did we notice? I have a picture of the frog, but it has, like, big kissy lips. So there's a lot to unpack there.
What's going on?
Oh, did we want to have a conversation?
Ever think maybe we're just not cut out for this now? Me with the haunting, you with the... What are you trying to do again?
Find the Titan of Time.
What are you trying to do again? Find the Titan of Time, punish him for his crimes, restore the rightful ruler. Are you paying any attention, Dora? Very single-minded here.
Oh, thanks. Just like I'm sure you're cut out for...
I don't think Dora's a very good listener. Yeah, so if you haven't seen, there is the magic frog. We love to see it. Yeah.
Later.
moonlight guide you.
Interesting. Askion Kataski.
What else?
Everybody wants to talk.
Which there knows you've a mountain of a journey.
What do you mean, like Mount Olympus or Mount Othries? Of course I've heard of them.
They reach up to the sky.
And you look up from the base to the peak, you'll swear they can't be climbed.
To the top. What you said to me before about my...
Fair enough. Can't kill each other here, but we can use our words. If we were fighting for real, I wouldn't have held back either.
I figured not.
She's a real charmer, that one.
The Altar of Ashes.
Is there one that like makes me more limited uses per night? Yeah,
Denied.
let's denied. Yeah.
The messenger.
Zero. That one I will get for free if I unlock another one.
I need more than I have.
Okay.
What secrets lie within? The Tablet of Peace. You are mine now.
She's really concerned with ownership. Mine, 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 mine.
She's here, now watch and learn.
You know what, kids? You just stay there. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing over here. I don't know when I will feel like I have mastered this weapon, but today is not that day.
The gods must have his hands full, Reese.
Ah, young lady, so we meet at last. Emerged from all that gloom to help us settle.
No rares. Blitz. Your casts cause lightning bolts to repeatedly strike one foe at a time in the binding circle.
Lord Uncle's Titan killing strength.
So that's a magic restoring thing. Okay.
Well,
you know, it'd be great if you did less of that, whatever that is that you're doing.
more ashes.
Sure.
A Daedalus hammer.
No mere weaponsmith can hone the nocturnal arms. Only one of talents to suppress the guards. Whenever you say with an omega attack, what's an omega attack? Hold X to use. Your attacks are 50% faster. I like the healing.
Jaskura grows in strength.
I have yet to be finding any place to spend the gold.
More spindles.
Ow, ow, ow.
Olympus calls.
I don't know if that was the best.
Melinoe, I was certain you were gone. Scarce born, only to be taken by Kronos, along with my daughter and those...
Rush. But you prime magic. What? Tranquil gain.
For my mother.
Ashes.
Finally tracked you down.
I know that voice.
Okay.
Look what you did to me.
I mean, I like the thing where I gain a bunch of magic back. That's good.
Nice shot.
I think I might have found a good combo.
That ought to do it.
The earning the
Good evening.
magic and then the vampire thing is not. This is not a bad combo. Maybe we
I
can
nearly
do something
bore
with
this.
this.
I saw it first.
Who's talking to me?
It's been too long, sister. Look at you on your
Hey,
great
girl.
hunt.
Hey.
Not ideal circumstances, but you've finally begun. Know that the family has your back, surprised as they are about this.
No shortage lately of surprises on Olympus or below. It's good to see you, Artemis. But I must be off. Time's against us and all that.
Time's an old fool, too busy besieging the mountain of the gods to sense the threat headed his way.
Go get him.
Here's what I have.
Marked. Foes with at least 80% health or 80% armor may take critical damage. Okay. I like them being vulnerable.
My blessing is yours.
Thank
My
you.
reagent
Go
sensing
find your mark.
incantation took effect.
So I think this is the store.
I'm getting farther. That breathing.
My mom in chat says know that the family has your back, which, you know, of course, mirrors what the gods have said there. I don't have enough money for anything. That has a skull. I don't want that. No thanks. I'll go with this one.
Be safe, Lord Charon.
Oh, did I lose my other boon with, like, the electricity?
All quiet. Adequate. some nectar. In we go.
What do we do with that? I need help. Ow, ow, ow. Oh man, that was rude.
Return to shadow now.
I was doing good. Got stuck in the corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Just don't go telling anybody how I blundered back there, Freenhouse.
You have returned.
Yeah, I'm not giving that to you.
Artemis.
Fancy running into you again. Hey, Melinoe, I just wrapped a debrief here with Sister Hecate. This place has...
Hi, Artemis. Welcome. We've had to scramble a bit to make ready for everything.
Oh, no, I have to go.
Oh
This
no,
needs to
I
wrap
have
up top, at
to
least a little while.
go.
I hear you. Bye for now. The Arms of Night seek something more from me. I'm ready.
I don't know what that
Daughters
does.
of Night, who can see all tomorrows.
Now, what was
Please
the
help
death
me
resistance,
avenge
and why
both
didn't I
our
get it last
family's
time?
sorrows.
No effect.
Headmistress, I found Artemis out.
Alas, not yet. However, those two are...
My concern is their safety. May Hermes soon discover what exactly Kronos is scheming.
No, we cannot.
Over
Hermes
here.
convinced me of that.
Now, let me check real quick what other games I had downloaded, because maybe we can keep playing, or we can try another game. What else had I downloaded for today? Was there anything I had downloaded for today? Monument Valley. Promise Mascot Agency. I feel like we need more time. Strange Antiquities was the other one that I thought was like maybe a good one for today. Tiny Bookshop is now in the nominations category. So do people want to keep playing Hades 2, or do we want to switch to Strange Antiquities? I'm happy to keep playing Hades 2, but check in with the group. We have about 45 minutes. I have one vote for Antiquities. And I see an ooh. Switch it up. All right, all right. So we're going to go back. Cool, cool. Now we're going to go and play this one. It had overwhelmingly positive reviews, which is what caused me to pull it out of the queue of, you know, I'm never going to be able to play everything that's in the review queue, but like the things that are indie and also have good buzz, I'm like, okay, let's pull them off the pile. Bad Viking. What did he do wrong? As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there's a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it's important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. It's only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Eli left the shop. Strange Antiquities in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. The ravens were an omen. Man, if crows and ravens were an omen, I would not be here right now, because all I do is like breathe and is like, hey, there's 4 dozen of them. That's a normal human thing to have happen. A circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to start a rising flood. Krellin says a bad Viking did nothing wrong. They did something right because they are bad at Viking, and Viking is raiding and pillaging, so a bad Viking is just an honest sailor. So this is more of a mouse game, but let's first, we always go to sound. Boop. Boop. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I'm leaving the shop in your care with some reluctance, I might add. Well, fine, then. I reluctantly help you. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. That cat has 2 different color eyes. Remember, there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. Congratulations. Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. It's-a me. I'm a man of 2 loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish, but I reserve some room for laughters amongst friends and shops with cats in them. You'd be so kind. I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. What am I supposed to do? Sensation of power. Is it supposed to look like that? Oh, that's cool. Normal. I do not like to hold it. Okay, well, there's nothing in the book. Is it this? My first instinct was correct. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy. Held tightly to recall the same feeling, they sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will either have a connection to the moon or the night. Well, what am I supposed to do with these icons? Pungent. This one is dangerous, whatever it is. I don't know which one of these is danger. This is the danger necklace. I don't like how this makes me feel. What about this one? Bronze. What about this thing? I was expecting it to smell worse than it does. And then there's this. I have nothing to remark about the eye that follows me. Jack Hungerford. The nights are drawing in again. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. So, just friendly customers. Sauron, it's fine. It seemed like the shadows have grown darker since the past 2 winters gone. A creeping dog is set up in my house. I'm told a shadowed hold will draw it out. Shadow hold. Is it this? Nope. Shadow hold. Nothing to remark. My heart feels lighter. Is it this? Nope. What will draw it out? A deep fear has taken root. I must break the fear. What is going on here? Well, none of those matched. I don't see any stars. The dice game is weird. Okay. Is this a shadow hold? Because it's a hand and it can hold things? Nope. Foreboding. I already don't really know what I'm doing here. Warm, loving emotion. It's not any of those. I don't know what this game does. Break the seal before it breaks your mind. So the star is anything. Well, I want the cat. Okay. Haha. I am sane. Yes, this is the failure state if I keep choosing the wrong things. I just don't know how to choose the right things. I don't know where the book is. Is that... Oh, this is the book. It's hard to open. Oh. Shadow hold. But this is what I put in there. Weird. I see. Book content discovered. We find book content after. Okay, I'm getting it. There's an auto labeling. Yeah, I don't know if I really want. Yeah. I still need to add a label. It's a container. That looks like a container. Shadow hold. What's with all these ravens? What's with all these ravens flying around Undermere today? I don't know. Can't remember seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. I just generally don't believe in dark omens. It's just inviting things. A letter for you. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shed. Charlie Weathers. Okay. Well, where's the letters? I want an Ossic ring. That's a pleasing word. Yes, I am a human doing human things. I think there was hissing, right? No, there was a hissing sound on one of these. Good, we got rid of the danger necklace, which is actually a ring. Yeah, definitely want sugar water for his human skin suit. Let's just get him out. Goodbye. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. They haven't reviewed the HOA riders at all. It's a rule they only come together to feed. And they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. A voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. I don't love in and out of the book. Bronze torque has imbued properties. It feels like the play. Ravens are exhibiting more than the 2 allotted shrubs per property. End day. Ravens need to put their garbage totes out way after collection day. It's disrespectful to the other neighbors in the neighborhood, and you know how the raccoons get. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Are we at a poetry club? Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Back Barrow. I don't know what I'm doing. I have questions. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. This is a weird TCG. Oh, well, that's just perfect. Undermere, fizzing with fear of these ravens, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge? Sorry, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens are under my skin. Please do let Eli know I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Oh, okay. So now we have more to read. Hey, there's laundry instructions here. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, or no prospects. I know, this economy, right? I heard Horn Shackle might be the answer. Used to bring about change in one's life. Pendants become totems of some kind. They can be totems. The horns have been worn smooth. Yeah, or confide in a frog. Your choice, ma'am. This guy. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours, for the right price, of course. Yeah, if I ever figure out how to go outside. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark. On important business, no doubt. Is that this one? I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and wanted to bring her something. She's dead, of course. She lives all alone on the town, Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I like. Thought maybe a moon heart would bring her comfort. Moon heart. I think it's the blue thing, but I don't see LM. I don't see Moonheart here. That's not it. So I'm supposed to use this, huh? Well, it's not that. Is it this? No. Like, what's that spirally thing? Nope. So I need... Ooh. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bank those. We're gonna roll. Yes. I am sane. I don't know what you want. Yeah, that looks like a moon heart. It's a carved totem. Feels of joy. So I'm just supposed to feel like it's a good one. Lady, you're looking for the misconnections page. Yeah. Daisy Winters. A friend of mine, or former friend, I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Boy, grandmothers are everywhere here. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Binding seed. There are no wrong answers, are there? Like, I'm trying to read my book. This is the binding seed. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skill thaumaturge. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there no more. Don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a Libula to see us safely through. Okay. I would have recommended a train ticket, but fine. Libula? Right. Sure. Symbol of wisdom. Good luck with that. Maybe make sure you get the train ticket too. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with a diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. Now, I mean, I'm no expert, but cause and effect. Don't use the diverging hook on your hand. It seems like something. It seems like it's probably against the instructions. And now we do whatever this is. Key? It's weird. What on earth is happening? I can go places? Where am I? Is it clear to anyone where we are? $29. The proprietor, Mrs. Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain. Yes, well, take the lot of them here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of these unnaturals in my cellar. Okay, so that's a thing we do. What is this? Neighbors. I'm Francesca Robertson, a very normal doctor of sorts with scratches on my face. I don't think this is a real cat. I think this is a spirit cat. I'm used to dealing with the maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hoping an evocant will have some effect. Stone items weigh the same as a man's heart. So it's like one of these two things, right? Nope. Weighing the item using my scales shows that it is exactly 1 pound. Because I know how much a human heart weighs. A Daedalus link. That's... I love how the lady, usually like the fly-by-night doctor's like, I'm a doctor, I'm definitely a doctor. So she's probably more trustworthy than most doctors. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop and the Guilty Ram last night. Like, it's weird just to like lead with that. Like, you just go to the store, like, hey. So I went shop. Like, I had dinner last night. It was spaghetti. Like, why are you telling me this? I could tell he's worried, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. So that's not it. Louder and clearer. And it makes a boop. Heart feels lighter. What are those two symbols? I don't love the navigation, I have to say. Cold. Circle and a triangle. No. I don't know what shield charm is. It's red now. Don't love to see it. Well, we're just... We'll do that one. Oh, that was a lucky roll. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Not that. I mean, I've tried almost everything in the store. This is great. What did the cat just do? The cat has opinions. Cat didn't. Hey, cat, you want to? You have opinions about that? So it's all snakes. It's only snakes. Snakes. Cat, re-roll. I don't think this is going very well. Okay. I need more snakes. Yeah. But wait, I can't use my snakes? That was rude. Why did it have to be snakes? Well, we just held on. I don't know what this thing is. Like, can I send her away? I don't know what she wants. Second from the right in the top row. Yeah, I did that. That was like the first one I did. Come to the farm and it's yours. I guess I can't go anywhere today. Can I go one place a day, huh? Are there other farms? Maybe that's the shield charm. Nope. I know I've done this. Why is that glowing? I know I've done this. I feel like I've done everything. I could try this again, but I swear I did it. Thank you, cat. Now it's just snakes. No. Cat, thank you, cat. That was... Didn't like that at all, but... Just need... So, protective. I didn't see a symbol called protective. Lady, can you just, like, go away? Moon, Diurnic. Protection. Diamonds. Do we see anything that has those diamonds? I put this there and it was like, no. What do you mean, don't forget to go left, right? What? I don't want more spots in this store. That's too much to track. Rude. Nani? Exactly. Well, it's a good thing I didn't lose my mind not being able to see the rest of the store. You know what they should have done? Had the cat walk off screen to draw my attention there. I would have been like, oh, there's other parts of the screen? Let me draw a quick map for you. Okay. Found something near some trees and a cemetery. Okay. Trees and a cemetery. Is there a cemetery on this list? Barrows might be. Or church. 4. Some roads. It's hard to see. Well, I'll think about that. Now we're playing GeoGuessr. Well, here's the thing. It's 1 o'clock. Your game is saved automatically. Well, that's good, because I didn't know how to save it otherwise. Well, that's the stream for today. I don't have any way to trigger credits because, you know, Streamlabs or Stream Deck's like, I'm on strike today. So we're not going to see that. But thank you, everybody, for being here. The goal is to stream next week. But again, I am at the mercy of our government's ability to land planes next week. So and there's 2 planes, not 1, because I changed all my flight travel. So stay tuned on the Discord. And, you know, if that doesn't work out, I'll be driving across the country with my husband to get back here so I can move on time. And then if that happens, so I'm moving on November 15th, and that is a Saturday. So stranger things have happened than me being able to stream the next day, but that does involve a lot of moving parts. Internet being available, the whole streaming setup being available on time. It's possible we might have like an evening stream that day, or a short stream that day. Uh, there's just it's Stranger Things is out. Yeah, that's true. Um, so just what I'm saying is November's gonna be a little touch and go. So just follow me on the socials, join us in the Discord. You know, we're moving away from the sewer trench, and it's for the best long term, but it is a transition. So thanks for your patience as we work through stuff. But in the meantime, I have put lots of content out there. So if you're missing the stream, it's a good time to go listen to my podcast or read the game development strategy guide and go post a review on Amazon so people can find it during the holiday season for their favorite Minecraft hacker in their life or whatever. Spread the word, get that stuff out there. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out, Magic Mafia, and stay magical. Till next time. Bye, everybody.